What's up, everybody? Camera's this way. I thought I was using my webcam, but we here. What's up, everybody? Super Heavy Sam here with a new weekly video. So what my plan is, because I know I've said this before, so I'm not even about to worry you with just constant things I just keep saying. So new weekly video where I take my new comic book day comic books, I'm going to read them, and then I'm going to go through them one by one, kind of give idea what it's about. I'm going to try to be spoiler free, but I might show panels here and there, and I might spoil things here and there. But new comic book day, so no back issues. I'm probably going to do something with that for other videos so I can put out more content. But new comic book day videos, I'm reading them, I'm going to give my ideal about them, and go from there. So you're going to see just, I was thinking about if I should do clips of me reading and just get my general reaction, but I noticed that when I read, I really don't give too broad of reactions. So like something might make me like laugh, but on the outside I might just be like, huh, or something might be surprising, but I really don't express it. But I'm just looking and I might tremble, so that's not really worth showing. So what you will see is me introducing the book. Then I'll probably like stop the video or whatever, come back, tell you what I thought about it, and then keep going from there, and then closing out. Today we have 4 books that I'm going to go over. And the order I show them is the order I'm probably going to do everything in. We have issue 5 of Rat City, and I know what you're probably thinking, are you just going to jump into like a later issue? You know what, I'm working on it. Ultimate Spider-Man 8, we got Green Lantern War Journal 12, and then we got Power Rangers Infinity. So like I said, the video is just going to be me not showing me reading, but I'm going to read them and then pretty much give my thoughts on them, and then we'll go from there. So without further ado, we're just going to dive right into it and see what you guys think of everything. As I said before, Rat City issue 5 is going to be the first book. So I just finished reading Rat City, and I can understand why you guys would say why start at issue 5 and not pretty much go about the rest of the story. So I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis. Rat City is a futuristic time of Spawn. I haven't finished Spawn. I haven't caught up to Gunslinger or anything like that, so I can't really say where Al Simmons is, but I know he's an essence in this story. You see in like, I think the first or second issue, Al Simmons actually comes to the main character of this book, whose name is Peter, and speaks to him and kind of like, hey, you're the chosen one type of ordeal. Not exactly, but that's kind of like what you pick up from it. Peter is pretty much the new Spawn, but it's more futuristic. So instead of his Spawn suit being made from the depths of hell, it's actually made by nanites with the essence of Spawn. So, you know, think of Spider-Man suit, you know, it's technically an Iron Man suit. It's a Spider-Man suit with the essence of Iron Man. That's the way to put it. So his suit is Spawn, is just a nanite suit with the essence of Spawn. But this issue just pretty much gave more of a backstory as to who the key players are and what's going on with Peter, because pretty much what's happening is, you know, people who go to war are losing limbs, people are getting sick, people are dying, so these scientists are trying to come up with ways to save people using like pretty much making limbs from, you know, blood cells, kind of like a regeneration type thing. And they're also dealing with, you know, like I said, nanites and robotics. So they're replacing limbs and eyes with robotic parts and function in that way. Like I said, this is only issue 5, and we're pretty much just we're just at the tip of the iceberg still. We haven't even touched the water yet with what's going on here. We're just still learning to key players, learning who's going to be what and what kind of role they're going to play. But Rat City, if you love Spawn, if you like Spawn, I say read the Spawn Universe titles. They're really good. Next up on the reading list is going to be Ultimate Spider-Man issue 8. I'm going to just go ahead and just give the synopsis now. The maker pretty much rewrote history to where there are no heroes. So Iron Man pretty much had kind of like a fail-safe going on where he pretty much sent back in time, or not sent back in time, he sent out the instruments that were used to make the heroes again, so that they can start going after the maker and kind of like put a stop to him. So in this case, in the Ultimate Spider-Man, he sent Spider-Man the flower. There's the Ultimates, where you kind of have a team up with Iron Man. You see Thor, Captain America, then there's Ultimate Black Panther. So the Ultimates is what they're calling themselves. They're not even called the Avengers, they're called the Ultimates. Sent out to the different heroes what was needed to make them their heroes so that they can team up. So they ended up, I think, sending Ant-Man and Wasp their suits so that they can shrink and whatnot. So it's things along those lines. And the Ultimate Spider-Man, like I said, we're on issue 8, but pretty much 1 through 7 was, you know, Peter just, you know, he's a normal person. J. Jonah Jameson is like nice. Uncle Ben's still alive. Some things go on with Uncle Ben, J. Jonah Jameson. Not bad things, but things. Like I said, I'm not going to do too many spoilers. Harry is good. Again, it's not on the cover, so I can't really spoil it. But Harry is a good guy. To what regard, you could probably guess as to who he is in the story. But yeah, and in the last issue, I will say Iron Man did come up to Peter and Harry and was pretty much like, hey, are you guys heroes yet? Because time is running out. There is a time limit. I can't remember how long the time limit is. I think it's like months or something like that. And yeah, so within that time frame, Iron Man needs pretty much all the heroes to pick up those beacons that he sent out and, you know, follow the destiny that was set before them, before the maker interfered. And I keep looking over here thinking that camera works, but it's actually this one. Yeah, so I'm gonna give this a read, and I'm gonna come back and let you guys know if it was good, if it was just something that you really didn't have to read. Like, it's part of the story, but you could have got past. Like, if you missed this issue, you wouldn't have missed anything. Or if it was just downright bad, and I hope it picks up in the next story. So I'm gonna be back and let you guys know. And I keep looking over there thinking that's the camera, so my other camera went dead, so I had to switch out. So finish Ultimate Spider-Man issue 8. So we got some more story building. We get to see more of Harry and Peter talking to Tony. We see more of Ben and Jameson, you know, seeing what's going on with them. And lastly, we see Fisk with his 5 lieutenants of the 5 boroughs. You know, we got, geez, let me do a little, because I suck with names. We have pretty much Mr. Negative. Then we have Walter Hardy, who's a cat burglar. We have Craven. We have Mysterio. And we have Mole Man. And pretty much Fisk pretty much pulled all his lieutenants together to pretty much take down Harry and Peter. But what I liked kind of like a lot about this is when I read comics, I really pay attention to the background. So there's some things that like I bookmarked to show y'all that I liked. So these are the type of things I like to see. If you look in the back at the gaming cabinets, if you can make it out, or if you actually had it, but it's kind of hard to see. I think this says Invasion, and then of course this says Secret War, which is some nods to some storylines that are actually in the Marvel Universe. So, you know, Secret War, Secret Invasion. So I like seeing things like that. And another thing that was kind of funny is if you read right here, let me see. Come on. So I'm just gonna show you. So he pretty much said, "Yeah, Mysterio, yes. Have you gotten shorter since our last meeting?" And literally, you literally have to like switch back and forth. And he says, "Of course not." But if you look back and forth, it's literally the same panel. And a way to gauge it is look at Walter's forehead. There and there, it's literally the same distance. But look at Mysterio. Look at where his head is there, and where his head is here. He literally made himself grow. So I love seeing things like that in comic books, little tidbits like that. I think they're funny. But kind of like what I said before, when I was reading it, I didn't really show a reaction, which is why I threw away the idea of just showing clips of me reacting to certain things, because I didn't really react, but I loved it. So yes, definitely a great building episode, story building episode. Really no action or anything, you just see the story progress. So there's that. Next story that's going to be up is Power Rangers Infinity. I do not have high hopes for this. When I saw that it was releasing, I really didn't give it much thought. I read the synopsis. I really wasn't. This is after the comic book run of, the Power Ranger comic book, which that ending, I don't even want to talk about that ending, but I feel like I should. I wasn't a fan of it. I'm not going to spoil it if you're reading it, but I wasn't a fan of it. But I'm going to give this a read, and then, I'm going to let you know if what I said was true or if I put my foot in my mouth. So, I'll be back. So I finished reading Power Rangers Infinity, and I can honestly say I put my foot so far down my throat. This book is actually really good. So it kind of gives a play on how Power Rangers are created, these different universes and things, and it pretty much goes into like Power Rangers go through a cycle where once they finish their duty, once they stop being Power Rangers, a new one is created in either in the same world, different world, whatever. So Power Rangers are never ending. So I kind of like what they went with this. It's pretty much saying that although the Power Ranger comic book is over, the Power Rangers aren't over because of what this book explains. I'm not going to go into details, but I can tell you now that's the main character, and the way that this story is told is very it tugs at your heartstrings a little bit, because this isn't your typical run-of-the-mill like Power Rangers. This isn't your run-of-the-mill like teenagers with attitude. This is its own story, and it's really good, and I'm glad I actually picked it up. So if you're a Power Ranger fan, just pick this up for the culture. It's a good read in my opinion. If you read and don't like it, I'm sorry. Just my opinion, this was a good read. So yeah, definitely put my foot in my mouth, and I don't regret getting this. Alright, last book is going to be Green Lantern War Journal issue 12. John Stewart he's been going through it. His mom is very, very sick, so he has a construct looking after her while he's off in space somewhere, trying to figure out the Revenant Black, that whole thing, the Revenant Queen or whatever. Issue 11, we pretty much figure all that out. He pretty much has 2 rings now, but we don't know if he's going to keep the second ring or not, but maybe this book could tell us. But yeah, I'm going to give it a read, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts. One moment. So finish reading, and pretty much John Stewart finally got his resolve. He beat the Revenant Queen. He has a new power ring, which I didn't notice if he still had on his finger or not. But the ring pretty much gave him power over like the Radiant Revenant stuff. It's a nice power up. It'll be nice to see if that ever comes into play later. His second ring. He finally came to terms with his mom. So in a sense, he has like the essence of his mom and his little sister now, working with them and whatnot. And it was a happy ending. Very, very, very good story. John Stewart was always a good character to me. Very, very good backstory. He's definitely like one of the strongest Green Lanterns. Naturally, that is. John Stewart doesn't even need power-ups and everything and all that. Like, his just willpower just allows him to just do whatever he wants. Let's put it this way. His constructs he can make physical. So, like, his sister... Let me just show you this picture. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. See if I can find it. Where is it? It's actually a good picture. Okay. So, like, his sister, his little sister right there, you see, like, she has color to it. She looks human and whatnot. His willpower is so strong. Like, if this was your first time reading this, you'd never know that she's actually a construct. And his willpower is just so strong. He can make his constructs, like, physical, real. Like, they don't look it. So, yeah, great story. Great reads. Like, all 4 of those books were, like, really good. Like I said, The Ultimate Spider-Man was just more of a story pusher. But it's definitely one that you need. Because if you didn't read 8 and you just skipped to 9, you wouldn't know why Fisk now has like his 5 lieutenants there. So it was definitely a needed story. But yeah, that's it. This is something that I'm going to do every week. Wednesday video showing me getting my comics, which will probably be more so uploaded to TikTok. If I condense it, it'll probably be a YouTube short. I'm in a lot. And between Wednesday and Friday, try to get the reads done, the video edited, and get it pushed out on Saturdays. Like I said, I do kind of have some back issues. I mean, these absolute powers are new, but they're kind of old. So, but yeah, that Radiant Black is also like a back issue. So, you know, if you want to see something with those, I'd be happy to. But other than that, I mean, Radiant Black is still ongoing. So, if I catch up to that, then that'll start being part of the Saturday video. But with that being said, Super Heavy Sam here. Give me a like, follow, subscribe, comment. It's supposed to be like, follow, comment. Either way, that's it. Thanks, guys. We out.